Hello, hello! I was casually typing stuff in my Discord server when I realized, like, oh shit, I should be live. Let's go live. Hello, everybody. Let me just go boop. No, that's the wrong one. Boop. There we go. Hey, I am alive. Oh god, I look like shit. Oh, that made it so much worse. Wait, there we go. That's still not good. Whatever. How is everyone doing? Hope you're not all too cold. I've been pretty cold lately. Oh, we have the microphone being a butt again. Let's put it over there. I'm sure that's fine. Now I only have a slight hole in my chest. Oh, lots of people flowing in. That's good to see. I don't really have a plan today. We're gonna see what we feel like doing. So I was talking about the cold. My radiator has been broken. For those who don't know, it's snowing in the Netherlands. It's been very cold, like all week. And on Saturday, I think, either Friday or Saturday, my radiator broke. It was on Friday, I think. So that was fun. This is not fun. No. Good times. We are in Keypark. And we are in the Africa area. And we're so close to finishing the Africa area. So I guess that's what we should be doing today. But the only thing really left is... you even sound like you have a cold. I don't think I do. I'm just tired. I've been outside all day. Well, not all day. I took a half day off. I've been taking half days off this week a lot. Because it's snowing outside. It's so much fun to be at the zoo. I've made so many amazing... photos. Like, okay, wait, this is all from today. I finally saw the baby koala. This is not a good photo, but trust me, I finally saw it. The pandas, look at the pandas. They were playing. It was so much fun. I had such a good day. This freaking, she was in a tree. Look at her. Oh, it was so amazing. I had the best day. Well, I've had a series of best days. So good. Okay, we'll just keep this open here until I'm back from Chile. Welcome back from Chile. You must... I saw penguins, dolphins, foxes, and the most annoying fucking fly ever. That's Chile for you, I guess. A couple of friends of mine are in Brazil at the moment, and they saw sea turtles, and they went to the zoo there. I'm so jealous. I'm so jealous, especially with the weather here. Well, currently I'm very happy with the weather here. Gestures at pictures, but I could use some heat as well. Anyway, we're in Kufuli National Park, an area of Keypark that's almost done. So video soon-ish. Hey look, it's the guy from the thumbnail. That's funny. And last night I was doing some work in this area. And don't be jealous. Yeah, I guess the weather there also is unbearably hot. So it's bad in a different way. We have a lot of snow here too, as the baby animals. Koalas in Leipzig, caracals in Dresden, and wombats in Halle. Ooh, I did not see the wombats in Halle. I mean, you barely see wombats anywhere, but... Actually... No, I did not see the wombats in Halle. I did see the echidna there. They're in the night house, or in a night enclosure. Anyway, title, good pun. And maybe it wasn't really noticeable in the thumbnail, I don't think. But last night, I... made a decision. Actually, Eben convinced me to make this decision because when we were building the Palace Cat enclosure, I think one of my best streams ever with the Palace Cats beautifully using their climbing frame. Back then I already mentioned that I might want to put African grey parrots in this aviary. And recently, a African grey parrot mod was released. So Eben was pushing me like, hey, if you still want to do that, you should probably do that because it is a lot better. And at first I was like, no, I just want to keep things how they are now because I'm finally fucking finishing something, so I should do that. But yeah, he convinced me, or eventually I caved, and I decided I need to fix that. I decided, yes, let's put in the African grey parrots. So over here, we got a really nice freeze frame over here. If I hit play, we should be yeah, seeing lots of Africa. I've got 6 of them right now. I think that's a decent amount. Oh look, he's using the thing. Oh. So we got one of the enrichment items over here, and is he gonna? No, wait, he needs to go back. And when he turns around again, that's when he's gonna fly up. Yeah, now he's gonna fly up. Yay! Look at him jumping on the... Oh, he's clipping into the... Now, those sticks were really difficult. So, I hate... Okay, if we go into the aviary for a second, I can rant about this. Like, I love the bird mods, by the way. I wouldn't have it any other way. But why did he make it, or why did she make it, so that this stick is pointing downwards like that? It's such a weird... I hate it, basically. I hate the blueprint for the jungle gym, and it's, but basically the animation that the birds are doing is they're jumping down this little branch, but it's such an unnatural way for a branch to be. I hate it. What animal used to be in the aviary? So it used to be black and white ruffed lemurs, which was nice. It was nice to have a lemur in here. I liked the inclusion of the lemur in the species roster because it's a very Keypark species. It's small and charismatic. The original plan I had for Keypark, way back when I first started this, was actually to have a walkthrough Madagascar enclosure. But yeah, I didn't go through with that. Oh, he's doing the thing again. But yeah, we are in mainland Africa, so having a Madagascar species is kind of weird. And also, if you, those who know, is that on the other side of this area, we have the Nepal village, where we have a... Panzer's being annoying. Where we have a pet shop. And I still need to update the sign, still. But... now you can do the lemur and red panda combo exhibit. Why would I do that? It was Munchak and red ruffed lemur. I think that's what you're talking about at Pakawi. There were no red pandas involved. No, but this is really cool. Because yes, lemurs are often sold as pets, but not really worldwide. As much. It's mainly a Madagascar issue. Whereas African grey parrots are the most trafficked bird in the world. So it really emboldens this message that we want to do over here. So yeah, we'll be able to turn this into a pet shop with all sorts of cages. I had a really cool idea with this other thing. So one of the new blueprints that Cake made is this, what do you even call it, puzzle? This one. So this is one of the new enrichment items that was made for the African grey parrot, which I don't know exactly what the animation is supposed to be, but I think it's supposed to like go around this puzzle box and like interact with it in ways. So I thought it would be really cool if we could turn the puzzle box into a mesh cage that the parrots would then interact with. I thought that was really cool. Tried to make it work for like an entire evening, and I couldn't get them to actually... I couldn't place it anywhere in here that they could interact with. Or I think I did eventually get it to work, but then they would be... In the animation, they are also flying on top of it. And as you can see, it is already hitting the ceiling. So the parrots were basically just going around this thing, clipping into ceilings and walls, and it just wasn't working. So sadly, that can't that's not gonna work. I also tried putting it in here somewhere to see if we could use it in here. That also didn't really work. So basically I gave up. So we just have the jungle gym enrichment thing over here that they're using quite a bit. Could try putting a second one in, but honestly I think it's fine. The way that they traverse the enclosure, by the way, is actually really, really good. If we can actually manage to select one, that would be nice. These birds are so difficult to select sometimes. That's my biggest gripe with them. There we go, we got one. So if you look at the traversable area over here, you can see that they can get pretty much everywhere. This probably doesn't work, judging by the broken up lines. But yeah, they can even get on top of here. I haven't seen them do it yet. And yeah, they can climb. Oh crap! I broke something. Oh no! Okay, we might have to... Oh shit! I know what happened. Oh shit. I know exactly what happened and I'm really angry at myself. So I deleted... There's a climbing frame over here that lets them go in and out of the backstage. And I deleted it to make a picture of the flying parrot to put on the sign. And I guess I forgot to undo the deletion of it. So... It should still be... in the... No. Yeah, it should still be in here. So let's go load into that. Wait. Huh. Oh, wait. Huh? Wait, I'm confused. This was at midnight. Oh, this is today. Right, today is the 7th. Okay, so we're gonna load into this one, and then we're gonna load into this one. Yeah. Because I do want to have that thing back. So now I can catch up on the chat. I think you'd like this idea for South American area. I found in my 50 different South American areas folder. It would be theming around surviving in the Amazon jungle. Plane crashed down into the jungle. The survivors need water. To get water, they go to the river and they see caimans. Then they need food, so they go to fruit trees and they see tamarinds, etc., etc. Could be fun. Could be fun. Even shared a whole essay with me the other day about a potential vision for Keypark, which I also quite liked, which was basically, yeah, humans living amongst animals and such, which I guess this kind of fits into in a way. But yeah, in the Africa area we have, or in the Europe area we have like animals influencing human culture through the fables and stuff like that. Then in Africa we have national parks, which is humans interacting with animals and helping out animals. Then the Asia area or the Nepal area, we have animals living in cities, and then also the Red Panda area, which is also kind of about yeah, conservation and helping communities, helping people live among the animals. That's a kind of a big thing that Red Panda Network does, of course. So yeah, surviving in the rainforest is kind of could be made more adjacent to that. Interesting. Hello T-Rex, welcome. Welcome to the loading screen stream. Do I have other interesting things to talk about? So snow. It's been snowing. So on Friday it started to snow. Then I had to work, so I couldn't do anything. But I was starting to see snowy zoo pictures appearing in my feeds, and I was like, ooh. So on Saturday I went to Awahan Zoo, which I figured would be one of the most interesting zoos in terms of species, since they have the giant panda, red panda, they have the Siberian tiger cubs. They've got polar bears, a Barbary macaque. So lots of things to take nice pictures of, and I did. So that was really, really cool. Then on Sunday, I had plans with family. I was going to play laser tag with family, pretty far away. So I figured on my way there, I'm going to stop by one of my favorite birding spots and get some snowy pictures of birds, maybe. And when I got out of my car at the birding spot, I got a call from my family that the laser tag had been cancelled because everyone thought it was too dangerous to drive in the snow. So now I was already kind of in the middle of nowhere. So I decided to just go take some pictures of the birds. I saw some hen harriers, I think that was the name, flying around in the snow, which was really cool. And then a bunch of dogs. I saw ducks. I didn't pronounce that very well. I saw what was the name? It was a Eurasian Wigeon. Wigeon? I'm not sure how to pronounce this. Yeah, it's a Eurasian Wigeon. Let's go with that. In Dutch it's called a smint, which I think is a really funny name. So that was also really cool. But yeah, eventually I was birded out. So I went back home. I considered going to the zoo again, but I figured on Saturday I got pretty much all the pictures I could want from our hunts. Oh yeah, wait. We need to go through another loading screen because we need to get the climbing frame I deleted first. So this is what the enclosure was like before, for those who were wondering. So we got the black and white rough lemurs, and there were a bit more ropes around the place. Now let's take this. Let's also take this. I guess that's a good one for alignment purposes. Let's also take this. I'm not sure if that one was removed or not. So yeah, I think we'll take this wall with us for alignment purposes. So let's save this over this, update, and then we'll load the one we had before. Good thing I still had that backup. I need to make more saves for Keypark. I need to stop this saving strategy because it's going to go wrong someday. Also, hello, Bezegist. Well, Eben, we know that any trouble that could have to do with a car can't stop Goron from seeing animals. Everyone thought it was too dangerous to dive in the snow, but Goron didn't get the message. Well, I was already on my way. And where I was driving, things were fine. So that wasn't really the issue. No. Anyway, on Monday, I just went to work, did work stuff. Then on Tuesday, I decided, like, okay, on Wednesday, I'm going to the zoo. That's the plan that I had made in my head. Also, hello, Puggy Boy. Then on Tuesday, one of my colleagues during the morning meeting was like, oh yeah, it might start to fall soon. Which it didn't, by the way, but whatever. And that just the thought that it might fall made me go, yes, I took that picture. Made me go like, okay, wait, maybe I do need to go today. So on Tuesday, or right before the lunch break, I just texted my colleagues like, yeah, actually, I'm taking this afternoon off. See you. And I pretty much immediately went to, you saw Art Wolf? That's so cool. Pretty much immediately, I went out to Zizo. Because a friend of mine, or yeah, friend, an acquaintance, someone in my Discord server, Timothy, he made some amazing snow leopard and doll pictures, and I was so freaking excited about it. So I went to Zizo. I did quickly check their website to see if they were open, and I couldn't see anything, so I left. Google also didn't tell me that they could be closed, so I had no idea that they were actually closed. So I arrived there were some people standing in front of the entrance, looking very sad because there was a note on the entrance saying that they were closed until next Wednesday. So eventually someone did open the door to talk to us, and luckily they did allow me to use the bathroom because I really had to go to the bathroom. But yeah, they basically told us, yeah, the zoo had to close due to the snow because it was just getting too bad. I was just like, oh, okay, that sucks, whatever. The other people there were a little bit more adamant, like, how could you do this, blah, 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 blah. Can we at least see the snow leopard? Like, they were quite brutaal, we would say in Dutch. So I was like, okay, wait, let's hear this out, because, you know, if they can see the snow leopard, maybe I can too. But basically, we were then told the snow leopard has to be indoor because its enclosure is so covered with snow, we are afraid it might collapse. So that was a bit of an issue. So yeah, nothing you can do about that. Sadly, I didn't get dhole or snow leopard pictures, but I then decided immediately to go to Eindhoven Zoo instead. So I gave them a phone. I rang them up on the phone being like, okay, you're open, right? Like, I can, your website says you are, but I just want to make sure before I arrive to another closed door. And they were indeed open. So I took a subscription to Eindhoven Zoo because I'd already had this idea in my head, like, okay, if I'm going to Eindhoven, I'll take a subscription because this is the second time in a week that I've gone there. So, and I'll probably go back 1 or 2 times this year. And in the case of Eindhoven, you can get a combined subscription with Keypark Overloon as well for like €80. So if I go 2 times to Eindhoven still and 2 times to Overloon, I'll have the subscription like all sorted out. You also get a discount on parking, so that's also nice. Even though at Keypark Overloon, if you park around the corner, you can park for free. So my little secret for you. But yeah, so I went to Eindhoven instead, which was kind of my backup plan for Zizo anyway, in case I would run out of things to do at Zizo, like if it was getting too boring or whatever. So, oh, hey, that's cool. I'm afraid to touch that. I feel like it would crash the game somehow. But yeah, so I ended up at Eindhoven. I took some really nice pictures of the red pandas there, pictures of the takin, which was really, really cool. The polar bears, especially the baby polar bear, Otis. Sadly, well, actually I didn't get good pictures of Otis. He was sitting super close to the fence. So I just couldn't get my camera, like either I would be too close to be able to focus on his face, or I would just get, you would see the mesh in the picture. So yeah, Otis was not cooperating that day with the picture taking, which was a bummer, but oh well. His mom was a little bit more helpful in that regard, so I still got some very nice polar bear pictures. I wanted to go to Overloon anyway this year. Well, lucky for you, I now have... wait, no. Okay, so this is the only problem that I took the subscription at Eindhoven Zoo. Is now I have discount tickets for Eindhoven Zoo. But I would actually much prefer to have... I want to have this booklet, but then for Overloon. Because it's so much better. But maybe I can use this 50% discount for Overloon. With you. I'll have to ask about that. Whenever I go to Overloon, I need to ask them. Because... Oh, but I want to go to Eindhoven too. Okay, good. Well, but I do think it's a bit of a pity. Because now I have a Eindhoven Zoo thing. But I would much rather have an Overloon. Or, I was expecting, since I took the combined subscription, I was expecting them to both be on there. But it's just an Eindhoven Zoo card that also gives access to Overloon. So, I'm honestly... part of me honestly wants to lose my card so that I can then go to Overloon and be like, I lost my card. Can you help me get a new one? And pay whatever fee you have to pay to get that. But then what if they tell you that you have to get it at Eindhoven again? I don't know. I'm so soon volunteering in a zoo so I can get free access to Biasa zoos and aquariums. That's really cool. That is super cool. What's is that British? Is that a British Iris Association of Zoos and Aquarias? That would be my first guess. Ooh, very nice. Huh, why is this blocking? Why is this the way it is? I'm gonna move it to the other side. I'm gonna have to take those extra days of paid holidays because of all our zoo trips this year. Yeah. Okay, so now that we fixed this, I feel like this is not how it's... Did I change this when I turned it into the parrots? This habitat looks awesome. It's for the new African grey parrot. Yes, it is. It was actually always a plan that I have had. So I don't know why I needed even to convince me to do it, to be honest. Like the moment the mod was announced, I should have been like, yep, this is going into Keypark. Okay, I think that's fine. The new mod looks awesome, yes. So let's actually take a look at the traversability now that we fixed it. Please let me select you. Thank you. So, let's see. Ta-da! Okay, so now they can, yes, now they can go inside. So that's cool. They can fly around. And what's really cool is if we move this guy over here, he's gonna show it pretty soon, I think. Dude, stop giving them so... You're giving them way too much food, clearly, because it's always fucking spoiled. Are you gonna clean that? They never fill the water bucket either. I think it's because there's natural water in the enclosure. But it bothers me, because the water bucket was meant to entice them to come over this way. Anyway, I'm waiting for this guy to move. Shh, even I was getting to that. Yeah, so because the parrots are based on the Wolverine, they make Wolverine sounds, and that really bothered me. So I added some speakers in here to add to add parrot sounds. So I got some African grey parrot sounds from the Tierstemmen library, which is a website where you can download animal sounds for free. It's all based off of recordings, mostly in German zoos. I think the footage you're listening to is... look at that! Look at the jump! I love the way that they traverse the climbing frames. Because when they jump from this climbing frame to that climbing frame, and when they jump, they do a little flutter. It's so cool. But yeah, indeed. So we are actually hearing African grey parrot noises, and if you listen very closely, and I'll turn off the music for a second and stop talking. There was a little Easter egg in there that you might recognize. I'm not sure if any of you are familiar with it, but I put a couple of iconic voice lines of my favorite African grey parrot on YouTube in here. So I think I also named one of the parrots. Yeah, that's one issue with the African grey parrot is by default they don't have names. Their names are unknown. But yeah, we have Apollo over here. So if you're not familiar with Apollo, Apollo is such a great guy. I love him. Not sure how to feel about, you know, keeping African grey parrots as pets based on the fact that they're such a highly trafficked animals. Oh, you need the more names mod. Ah, okay. That explains it then. But yeah, Apollo is so funny, and I do genuinely think that his owners are providing him with great care. So I don't think it's too much of a controversial one to be referencing. But yeah, you might sometimes hear Apollo say things like "Shrok," or "Hat," or "Who's this?" Beep beep beep, which I think is really funny. Anyway, let's see if we can fix this window panel over here. So I need to move it down first so that it doesn't try to link up. We put it slightly to the side. We don't do whatever I just did. Okay, that was too much. Need to do some very slight movement with it. I think that was good. I think that was good enough to the point that we can just move this a little bit and it will be fine. There we go. Nice, that's fixed. Alright, so we fixed the parrot aviary. That's good. Now the only thing that we can do to improve it would be to create something that would entice them to go this way. But for the most part it's fine. And they do tend to use the climbing frames quite a bit. Like I've seen it a few times that while one of them was using the jungle gym enrichment like this one is, another one was walking past it, so there really is some fun interactions already. So I really like this enclosure. Speaking of custom audio, I have been on the custom audio thing. Oh yeah, by the way, Eben, I did the thing you wanted me to do. Eben said that because I put the lettering on the bus in the picture, I should also put it on the actual bus. The reason I didn't want to do it because of the doors, but I managed to put it in such a way that it doesn't, like, it barely crosses over the doors. The only one I had to do custom was the A, so I just took an A and put it upside down so that we have the same angle. And then I added like a, I think there's like a T? Is this a T? It is a T to get the thing on the A. So yeah, that is a nice improvement. It makes the bus more appropriate to the theming. I also changed a little bit of the foliage around here to make it a little bit more tropical. Like I added this bamboo and I added one additional tree. I also replaced the marula tree with an equilaria tree at some point, but I undid it because I preferred the look of the marula tree. I think the lore of this enclosure can be basically the exact thing that happened in actual Keypark, is that this was originally a warthog enclosure, in line with the savanna of the Africa area, but at some point it was replaced with Red River hogs and they made it slightly more tropical, and maybe they added the parrots den where they were already there and they wanted to make it more cool. I think I could do it a little bit more, but I also don't want to do too much because I want to keep it kind of open. I don't know. Anyway, speaking of custom audio, I added a little bit of more custom audio. Let me turn off the music again. Even you might recognize this one. If you do, I'm very impressed. But yeah, if anyone knows this song, you are a true OG, either Eben or just Goron fan. But yeah, we got some nice funky music in here. I don't know why, I just randomly came across this in my my folders, and even you can give away what it's from if you do indeed know. But I hope it's not. It shouldn't be copyrighted because I used it back then. I didn't check, so if this stream gets demonetized, I know that I need to remove this song. It's from the Tarmashadi Congo line. Yes, it's the music that was playing in the station of the Tarmashadi Congo line. So I figured it would be somewhat suitable to put here. And I wanted some music here anyway, so I think this is a nice one to include. My local zoo used to have the Red River hogs and they replaced them with bongos. That's really cool. Although I wonder, wouldn't that be a bit of a... Was it a... It must have been a really big Red River hog enclosure then. But yeah, also on the topic of custom audio, you could have already heard it throughout the stream. But I also took the weaver bird audio from the Beekse Bergen, and I put it in here in this tree that has the weaver bird nests. So we have that as well now. Hey, sorry, a bit late to the party. Don't worry about it. We've only been checking out some of the things. We haven't really done much. Mostly just checking out the stuff I did in between streams, which we are pretty much done with now, I think. We did this last stream, right? Or did I do this while I was... I forget. I forget if we did. I think we did that last stream. The door. So, pretty much the only thing left for the Africa area, other than maybe doing one more quick walk around and fixing up stuff, is a couple of signs in the aviary. Oh yeah, I did one more sign in the aviary. That's another thing I did in between streams. So if we go all the way over here, I was working on doing the signage of the aviary, and then I got this I randomly got this idea to put a sign over here about the holes, which I'm noticing aren't as black as they used to be when you zoom in on them. This is bothering me. Why are my holes brown? Wait. Why are you that way? Anyway, as always, the penguins are boxed up. Yeah, I need to fix something about that. Look, the fact that you choose to interpret it in some weird way says more about you, I think. There we go. Didn't do as much as I would have hoped, but whatever. Let's turn the music back on. It's a little smaller than I'd like. I wish they'd merged it with the red flanked duiker habitat into one. Yeah, that sounds like it would be better. So I made a sign over here. The first education sign inside the aviary. Oh, now that I think about it, you know what I should add to this sign? We're gonna do that. We're gonna do that. I'll show it when we do it. I'll leave it a surprise. But we have a curved sign. Ooh, it's so curvy. Because why would you make a straight sign if you can make it curvy? I like me some curves. Yeah, I just felt like doing something like the Beekse Bergen did with their panorama sign. I thought it would be cool and make it slightly more interesting. And also, I liked the challenge. I was like, can I do this? I should be able to do this. As you can see, they like overlap, but they leave the same things. It's interesting. We'll see how it's made right now, because we're going to add something to it. Who wants to guess what I want to add to the thing? Is this what it is? No, what might be either. Is this it? I don't know what I named my fowl. I did a bad job apparently. Yeah, this is the fowl. So over here, this is interesting. So this is how I made the fowl. I made it in the curve. Yes, it is bird poop indeed. I made it in the curve that I wanted it to be. Then I kept these guides will show you where each of the individual billboards go. And then what I can do later is I can make a cutout of each of these red squares or red rectangles, and then yeah, cut out the signs as they should be. So where are we going to add some bird shit? I think over here is a nice spot to put some bird shit. Yeah, a diggy hole. That's what they do. Let's get bird poop texture. Let's see what kind of beautiful results come from that. Okay, we've got we got some options here. Sure, that's interesting. Oh. Well, I didn't know that was a feature, and apparently it doesn't work anyway, so whatever. Bird poop texture. I feel like it would be easier to go outside to take actual pictures of bird poop, because I'm not finding good results here. Oh, these are pretty good. Let's see if these are... it's a photographic print. Huh. So something tells me that this is not public domain. Let's go. Maybe Pixabay has something that I can use. Sorry that I'm not doing this on the screen. I know you can't see this, but I'm trying to make it a habit not to Google stuff on the screen, because I do that and I feel like one day it's gonna mess up something for me. Let me log into Pixabay and search for bird poop. Now I'm just getting poop. I'm getting pictures of birds and pictures of poop, but not the combination of the two. On a quest to find shit. Yeah. And why is it so difficult? So I found... It's not even letting me open the picture. Wait, let me do some things. So I found this, but I don't think it's public domain. But it's perfect. And that's what bothers me right now. Because it's really good. Oh my god. This bird poop. Oh, I don't want to open my Facebook. Why would it do that? Okay, so this... Why does this bird poop look like a bird? Oh wait, that's it's edited. It's actually edited. Like this bird poop has been turned into a skull. And this bird poop has been turned into a bird. Okay. Now I'm less amused by this. Why is it so hard to find bird poop texture? This is really, really... Search for transparent, no. Search for black. Okay. I'm getting somewhere. CG textures. Haven't heard of that. CG textures. Bird poop. No assets found. Basically, what I want to know is, if I were to use this one, who of you will tell on me? I'm just gonna use it. I feel like my little Planet Zoo project is not likely to become the target of a lawsuit. And I can always remove it if that's the case. I want... Ooh, what do I want? That's also possible. I mean, it's gonna be like embedded into my file. So there we go. I think that's good enough. Like if we go into here now and we go on top. Why is there a turtle crossing? Oh, that's right. I know what that is. Okay. All right. Let's go paste it here, and we will do properties. I think we can do additive. It might not look right, but let's try it anyway. Addition. Or is it? I'm blind. Is it the A of addition? Yeah, no, that doesn't look right because it's colored. This was not on my live stream bingo card. Look, we need to find out how to do the shit. Let's just try a couple different options. So we have addition, burn, no, color, no, color dodge, divide, definitely not, erase, that doesn't work, lighten, ooh, that looks good, that looks perfect, luminosity. I'm just going to try a couple of other ones, just in case. Overlay. Screen. Ooh, a screen's also good. I think that's even better. What was the other one? Lighten? No, lighten is... Lighten or screen. So screen keeps some of the additional smudging. And lighten... Lighten kinda... I think I prefer lighten. I think I prefer lighten over screen. Screen looks a bit smudged. Which makes sense, it's bird shit, but still. I prefer that one. Alright, so. Now that we have that, we can cut out specific ones. So we'll have this one. There we go. We'll have this one. And we'll have this one. Now we have all the different shits. Literally. And we can put that wherever we want. And putting it over the text is just the chef's kiss, right? Because, like, it would be too convenient if the shit had fallen exactly between all the text. That just wouldn't be realistic. Oh, these ones aren't split yet. Now you are. Oh, we stole a little bit from the other one, but that's fine. What if it's just like directly on his face? Oh, that would be kind of mean. Wait, I feel like if we're overlapping the white stuff, it doesn't work as well. Let's see what happens if we do the other one. Screen. It works just as poorly. Okay. Then we don't do that. I'm gonna put it here. Wait. Oh. Oh, wait. Now I see the issue. It still has a little black on it. That makes sense. There you go. That was a big shit. I kind of like the placement of this one already. I'm not sure if I like this one though. Maybe over here in the corner. Tactically placed bird shit. That should be the name of the stream. I might just take this one and double up on it. Just get another one and like upside down and put that over there. There we go. We got bird shit. I love it. So now what we can do is close this. We're going to save that. And we're going to copy layer. Then we're going to make a new file. Or what I can also do is user media. I can take this. Actually, I don't know if I can. I think this one has a different... Yeah, whatever. I can do this. Open a new document. Let's get that. New from clipboard. There we go. Now we know it's the correct size. We'll close this without saving. Hey there, how are you doing today? Alright, so now we have a file of the right size. I can paste those layers. Oh, that's weird. Okay, we can copy these layers and we can paste them in here. And now we need to show those little borders that I was talking about earlier. And what we can do now is we can very precisely rotate these, thanks to how I made them. And we can put them into place. So we can place this one like this. Make sure that it's aligned everywhere. It's good enough. Then we can hide the top layer. We can export this as... Don't think it goes here. I think it goes here. Beeater 1. Bam. It's been a long time since I've been able to catch a stream. Happy to be here. How are you? I'm doing pretty good. I had a great time in the snow today. The funniest thing, so I know someone who works at Auwehans. And she's a keeper. And she was cleaning the koala enclosure while I was standing there taking pictures of the of the baby koala, and it was really funny. I just texted her a picture of the baby koala, like, I finally saw it, and then I saw her walk in, and I just stared at her. I started waving and with a big smile on my face, and she just looked at me like, for context, Auwehans today put out a warning saying, don't come to the zoo. It's too dangerous. They weren't closed, but they were actively telling you not to come. So she just looked at me like, what the fuck are you doing here? And it was really funny. I loved it. So yeah, I had a great time. Great time today. But yeah, now you can see how I made this sign, right? So by making the shape in my editing program, or in my picture editor, and now I use these, when you hold shift in this program while you rotate, it has like an angle snap. So that's how I was able to consistently move them back into place as well. And then it's just a case of, yeah, putting it in. There we go, and then we can hide the reference layer again. export this one, so that's number 3. And then we just need one more. How did you create these? It doesn't take too long. If it does take long to explain. Yeah, I just kind of explained it, I guess. Like the screenshots or the pictures in here were made using Ansel. So I just use an Ansel filter, the posterized filter to be exact, to get the single colored animals. For the animals that aren't in game, I just took a picture of that animal and put it on a billboard, and then use the Ansel filter to take a screenshot of the picture on the billboard to get the same filter on it. Which seems like a stupid workaround, but it does keep things consistent. It was, in my head, the simplest way I could do it. And then, yeah, the text. NVIDIA app, by the way. Ansel hasn't been a thing. Yeah, okay, I used the NVIDIA app. But yeah, it only works if you have an NVIDIA card. That's the only downside. It was one of the reasons why I bought an NVIDIA card. Because I do not want to go without Ansel or without the NVIDIA app. Alright, so now we have our screenshots over here. But if I were to put these into user media, we're going in tutorial mode now. If I put these in here, okay, it's not letting me do that. That's annoying. Oh, I just copied them from, okay, now I understand why it didn't let me do that. I was copying them from user media into user media. Yeah, that's not going to work, of course. Where did we save them to? We saved them to here. So, okay, let's delete these. They're not needed. Okay, so these are the ones that we created. Yeah, these ones have the bird shit on them. So if we put those in here now, and we reload our sign. Oops, that's OBS. We don't need OBSception today. Right, yeah, that's a good point even. Good job. Good looking out. So if we put these signs in here now, we can see we have the brightness issue, right? I've already made a tutorial for this before, but since we're doing it live anyway, might as well explain what I'm doing. So, Krita does not export the files in a way that Planet Zoo likes, and then you get the brightness issue. There's 2 ways I could fix this. Way number 1 would be to open them in paint.net. Let's actually do both ways to show you guys. So I could open them in paint.net and basically just edit nothing, but save them anyway. So I'm gonna just put a dot and undo it and save. I think that should actually work, surprisingly. So let's see if that actually worked. Yes. So paint.net, when you export a PNG in paint.net, by default, it works in Planet Zoo. The other thing you could do is you could go into your Google or your Windows photo viewer. You could go to edit. You could edit, for instance, the brightness -1. It's basically you don't see the difference. And then you can hit save. And here's the same thing. We're going to edit. We're going to set the brightness to -1. And then we're going to save. And that also puts it into a format that Planet Zoo likes. So if we reload these now, you can see that all the signs are beautiful. And that's how you fix the brightness issue without having to change the brightness of your image, which is stupid. So we have bird poop now. Woohoo! Productive stream. I haven't fiddled with the NVIDIA filters beyond putting beyond input settings from blob. Right. Yeah, no, I have this filter. I think I still have it active actually. If we, yeah, so I have this filter which basically makes it only 2 colors. And I have a green screen as well. That's why the rest of the screen is black. So if you just, so yeah, if I wanted to have a flamingo picture, got the flamingo, and then we could adjust the green screen depth. There, that's actually a pretty cool picture. Got a bit of leaf in there. or you could add this stuff. What I like to do is, for instance, if I take this picture, and then I also take this picture, what you can then do in your image editing software, if I just open those images, we go to NVIDIA, Planet Zoo, so if I take this image and I open it, and then I take the second image that we took, which is, now we got like the birds kind of on their own, right? So what you can do is we can select the black and delete that. Then we just have our little flamingos being all white. Now in Krita this is really easy, but what you want to do is add a border to these guys. So I'm going to go layer style, stroke, that's going to add a border. And then we can change the settings of it to be 100% opacity and normal. And now you can see that the other flamingos get a little outline. Now this is a little thick, so if we just make that a little bit thinner. That's how we can give the flamingos an outline compared to the background to make them pop a little bit more. It's a really nice effect, I think. I use that to make these flamingos as well. You can see they all have a little outline compared to the background. I haven't fiddled with the... I feel like we need poop on the floor too. Yeah, that's a little bit more difficult. Because we can't... Well, okay, technically we... Okay. Technically, we can do that with billboards as well. Now I kind of want to try. So let's get a 1 meter billboard. Also, hey gecko. Let's get a 1 meter billboard. So we're going to take not a lit billboard. We're going to take this billboard. I'm going to put it over here. No, this is fun. Because now you guys can see the process of doing stuff like this. Yeah, but Eben, I want to show something cool. Don't interrupt me when I'm having a moment. Camera. We need to be in the facilities tab. Camera. So we're going to take the camera. This is very important because I want to get a screenshot that is as dead on as possible. So we're going to do this real quick. I'm going to enter camera view. So here we can get a picture, and I don't like the lighting right now. Okay, it's very shiny, but whatever. So we can get this picture, and then we can exit the camera. We can delete it, and we can enter the camera and get the same picture. And we're gonna put it back. Then when we go into our image editing software, and actually for this, I don't know why for stuff like this I prefer paint.net. But yeah, let's take that screenshot that we just took, both of them. We're gonna open them. We're gonna take this and put it on top of this. Then we're going to select our square like this. Bam. No. We're gonna then select the bottom layer, which is the layer without the square. We're gonna cut that out. Then let's go into Krita, and we're going to make a new file from clipboard. And there you go. We have the floor texture that is on the exact this is the exact texture that is underneath our billboard, right? So if we were to save this, save as PNG in user media, Keypark, Africa, aviary, poop, floor. Keypark, wait, Keypark. And we'll quickly go into user media. And once again, we're going to fix the brightness for a second. So in here, let's do -1. You can do that by, if you click it and then use your arrow keys, you can really easily do that. Wait, did that save? I think it did. Okay, let's take default and turn it into Keypark Africa Aviary. Where is it? Poop floor. Okay. Did we fix the brightness issue? I don't think we did. I feel like I didn't hit save or something. Save. Because this looks like the brightness issue. Okay, no, it's just too bright. Okay, in that case, we need to lower the brightness. Let's make it a bit darker. Yeah, this might also be easier to do in Paint.net now that I think of it. But let's see. Or we could just do it in in this one. But let's find out. So we almost have it. But okay, so now we do have the following issue. I don't think we're gonna do this, by the way. I just wanted to play around with it and show you, because this is basically a tutorial. Consider this the tutorial of how I did this menu thing with the planks, because I did the exact same thing. It's just there it worked a little bit better. So right now the issue is that the billboard is a lot more reflective than the floor. And the floor has this like specularity map and normal map that makes it look like kind of 3D-ish. Like each of these pebbles, like the pebbles are more reflective than the ground, and they also get a little bit of a shade. And all of that detail, of course, is lost when you replace it with a billboard. It's also kind of glossy and reflective. So, and now it stands out. Now it doesn't. In the shade it does. So it doesn't work, basically, is what I'm trying to say. But it was fun to show you how you make something like that. So, anyway, what is the great ID? He switched the lemurs to African grey parrots. Yeah, I did. I love the effort you're putting into adding poop on the floor. Yeah, so we're not actually gonna do it this way, but just to show you how you could do something like that. Like this works the best in a more controlled environment. Like if you were to do this indoors, which, oh wait, this doesn't have the same floor. But if you, Keypark won't have lemurs, no, sadly not. But yeah, no. I'm like, maybe we can add them somewhere else. No, no. That is how it be sometimes. But yeah, so if you want to do something like this, especially with a floor, do it indoors. Because indoors, the lighting won't really change as much unless you really go to like nighttime and stuff. But yeah, indoors you don't have to deal with shadows and sunlight. Like it's a lot more consistent. So there you can do stuff like that more easily. In this case, we're just gonna get the grunge decal and make it poopy. So we're gonna make this, actually that is a pretty good color already. Whenever I see African grey parrot, I remember of Professor Pericles from Scooby-Doo. Cannot say the same. That is some neon shit right there. Wait, let's get it a bit more like this. It definitely needs to be on the, I guess something like that. Maybe a bit more yellowy. I guess that's a good color. Maybe we should look at it in the sunlight. I think that's a good color. I like it. Very poopy. Maybe this one should be a bit more. Like that. Alright. Then we can take stuff to the next level. Oh, we should absolutely add poop up here. That kind of works. I like that this is now the poop stream. Also, now that we have the poop, like when I make the other education signs. So basically the plan for the rest of the education signs, by the way, because now I've raised the bar a little bit, which maybe I shouldn't have. Why do I always come back to poop? Why am I always the poop guy? It all started with fucking Tarmashadi and I just never growed out of it. But yeah, I kind of raised the bar a little bit by making a whole sign about just 2 of the birds in here. But for the other birds, I was thinking of just doing the education signs here. So this one can, I think it will be like the education sign, like this one, except a little bit smaller with 2 animals on a sign. So we can do the ibis and the duck on this one, and then we can do the flamingo and the spoonbill on this one, and well, the weaver has this one already, so that doesn't really need much more. So that leaves the hornbill and the starling and the hoopoe, which I guess the hornbill can have a sign here because they are often on here. So we can we can do all 3 of them on this sign because I don't know if there's that much to say about them. So this one can be for the hornbill, the starling, and the hoopoe. Let's put it on default for now. And then over here, I want to have a big sign that lists all of the birds without any information. Just picture, name, Latin name, maybe IUCN status. But yeah, that's the plan for the signage, the other signage in here. Okay, yeah, let's get one nice splotch in the middle there. And let's get a nice splotch over here. Get a bit over there. And there we go. Clean up on aisle 3. God, I look like a hobo today. It's really bad. Why is OBS on that screen all the time? Stop that. Stop being there. Why is it so bad? And now I'm pointing it out and I'm drawing attention to it. It's bad. It's bad at Alright, let's go into let's open the 3rd image editing program, because I'm freaking awful. Oh, the guinea fowl. I forgot about them. I guess maybe we should have 2 signs after all. But will we put them? How will we position them? I guess. How will we position them? That's a good question. I feel like I want to do kind of what I did with these. Wait, why don't we do that? Why don't we do this? Why don't we do this? We can have all 4 of them. This stream has really made me want to work on my signage more. It can be really fun. Yeah, right? This looks good, right? I'm not the only one. Like, it needs to be a little bit more curved. So, like, right now, this one, each of them is curved 2 ticks with the angle snap. I think I can up it to 3 for that other one. Because, yeah, it's quite a deep bend. Or we can go with just 3 signs. So we drop this one. That's also an option. But I like the extravagance of the 4th. Makes it so extra, you know. Now, I do think what we might want to do is get I want to have a nice centerpiece picture like this one, you know? So we'll have to, and it would be cool to include the Red River Hog in that. So I'll have to make a picture, but let's just lay out the sign for now. So I'm gonna take this top layer over here. Actually, let's take everything. Copy. Actually, let's just save as. African sign curved 2. Save. And then we'll just simply keep all the poop. We'll keep that. That's grunge. In fact, let's do that. Then we've got this. Yeah, okay, so that's all the text. Text can go. That can go. That. Yeah, this can go. Boop, boop, boop. No, that can stay. Wait, is it just me or did it just undo more than I wanted it to? Or less than I wanted it? More, yeah. Oh well. Why is there... I thought I already deleted that. It came back somehow. There we go. Now we just got a poopy sign. A very poopy sign. So this one is actually kind of a problem. Because it's... well, problem for later. We are going to start off with these. So we've got 4 of these. And we need to rotate them a bit extra. So this one is going to get 1 extra turn. There we go. And then we need to realign that. Let's actually put all the opacities at 100. There we go. Actually, let's not do that because that way we can't see the lines. Silly. Very silly of me. So we're going to take this. Then we're going to take these 2. We're going to rotate them once as well. And I think we're gonna need to expand the document size. That's a problem for in a moment. So we're gonna put that there. I'm gonna take our last one and rotate that one once as well. It's hard to look past the bird poop. Then we need to move everything up, and oh, it actually still fits the document. That's pretty good. So now we need to fix a couple of things. So we need to take this group, copy it, paste it down here. Then I'm gonna put everything at 100%. There we go. Now we can get rid of this one. We can take out the stroke. No. I'm gonna have a stroke at this rate. This is my problem with trying new programs, because I know quite some pretty obscure features of the different programs that I use. The issue is, when I switch programs, I then don't know those things anymore. And oftentimes it's also just not possible. So this is also a cool thing that you can do with Keypark. You can do this warp thing. That's how I can make the grunginess stay in line with the direction of the sign after it changes. Because it's... There we go. Favorite macaw enclosure. Ooh, that's a good question. So I liked that the one in Zilin was a walkthrough. My eardrums didn't like it that much, though. Don't know what was up with that. I haven't been to Due yet. Emphasis on yet. Wink, 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 wink. Eben and I are making plans. I haven't seen it yet. I actually haven't seen... I've seen very little of both Due and the other place, Beauval. And I don't know, maybe I want to keep it that way. Maybe I'm just gonna have Eben be my guide. And just let that be that. We're not making plans anymore. We have already booked. Fair enough. Fair enough. They need to switch up the poop in a moment. Otherwise it's identical poop. But, okay, so we got a more curved sign. Now this is where things get very messy. Actually not quite yet, because we aren't at the super messy stage yet. But basically the issue with these signs is that I don't like the text editor in Krita. Even my partner said, wow, you and Gordon are really going to a lot of zoos this year. Yeah, I mean, for me it's not surprising. For you it is. It is a above average amount of zoos for Eben. Um, no, but I don't like the text editor in very OCD versions. I don't like the text editor in Krita. So what I do is I just create the text in here, and then I export that, and then I put that into Krita. So that's what we're gonna do later. But actually, I don't know if we're gonna get to that part because I kind of want to go in half an hour. I think what we'll do today. Let's get some pictures of the birds on here. Oh god, I forgot you still use Flash. Yeah, but it just works so much better, especially for the text. The text editor is so nice in here because I can. First of all, I really like that I have these coordinates over here. I can be like, wow, I want this to be on exactly these coordinates. Like if I have a second text box, I can then copy the coordinates from this text box and put them exactly, and now they're aligned, and it's so convenient. That's a really cool feature. Also the fact that I can, you know, change the width of the text box and it fucking fixes everything for me. Krita doesn't do that. So there's just things that Flash is better at, okay? And I'm sure there's many programs that can do it even better, but I'm too deep. Like I've hit the skill ceiling of making text signs in Adobe Flash, and even though the ceiling isn't as high as other programs, when I switch programs, I'm gonna no longer be at that ceiling. What was I saying? Yeah, we're gonna make. Wait, where are they? Where's the signs I made? Is it? Wait, where are they? Wait, was that it? Oh yeah, this is it. Apparently I made them in the old version of this thing. That's also not good. Yeah, okay, so here's the text for the other sign. So yeah, that's a problem for later. This is why we're friends. I can just be a little chaotic sometimes, okay? But let's get some pictures of the birds and put them on here, which will basically, it will just be temporary pictures, but it will allow us to align the sign. So, you know what will be even easier actually is if we just add crosses on, whatever. We could still do that, but I want to have some pictures on here, just because it's more interesting. Where is my everything? Get me the aviary sign version 1. Where? This one. So we'll take this one and put that. Okay, we can get rid of this. We can get rid of this. That was just to prove a point. And we can get rid of this. That was just to save the things. Okay. So let's make this a group. Huh. Okay, that's annoying. We need to do layer style. No. Properties, blending mode, screen. I think. Was that the one we were using? No, we were using lighten. Properties, blending mode, lighten. Now we have to remove that from all these other ones. What if I do... nope, okay. Is there no remove layer style? Oh wait, no, it's not style, it's properties. Oh, you can do F3. That's convenient. So we just do normal. F3. Normal. Why is it not working? Oh, wait, I see the issue. There we go. Problem solved. Okay, now that's the poop group. Poop group. I'm keeping things clean. We should also not call this turtle crossing.png, I think. I think this should be weathering. Weathering 2. Weathering 3. There we go. This is untitled. That should be the logo. Look at me being organized. Background. There we go. Oh, I'm so organized. Alright, paste. We've got a bird. Let's align that with this sign. And this is only part of a bird. That is not good. This is a group. We should copy the entire group. Copy. Paste. And we'll call this hornbill. And the entire hornbill layer we can move into place. There we go. And let's keep it nice and big so that later we can decide how we want to do with all the text and stuff. So what other birds are going to be on here? So the ibis is going to be in the on the other side at the flamingos. So we're basically going to have these 4. And that's going to be it. So we can take... Oh. I just changed the opacity of something. Okay. We can take this one. Put it here. Oh wait, that's the weaver. We already have that one. Wait, are we just gonna have the 4 birds? And the red river hawk? Question mark. Because that's gonna change things. Because then we can have 1 bird per sign and actually make it semi-detailed. It's gonna be the most detailed bird sign in any zoo. I don't know why they always get neglected. This picture looks too good. But I don't want to change it. You get what I mean though, right? Like it's so detailed with all the spots. Because it reads so well in the posterize filter. Because it's such a contrasting pattern on the bird. Anyway, I think that's it. That is the other species. Hello, Wawa Power. So what I'm gonna do, for the sake of the experiment, we're gonna make an additional, wait, this is the wrong file. I'm gonna make an additional layer over here. And in this layer, we're gonna take less big of a brush, something like this. I'm gonna make it red, why not? This should be above the layer. Thank you. I'm gonna take this and drag it into the corner here. And do the same thing over here. Oh, there. And then we're gonna do the same thing over here. Do the same thing over here. And I think this will help with aligning the signs in Planet Zoo. Because as you can see, they're overlapping. So to get the overlap right, we want to line up these lines. I think this will be helpful. I'm not sure, but we're gonna find out anyway. So we're going to not export this actually. We're going to just take. Actually, we should put this on top of this group. I'm planning a zoo trip in Europe. Have you any idea for zoos by train? Ooh. So places I've been that I can recommend are Leipzig, Hanover, probably Berlin, depending on what interests you. Paris is really doable and actually quite beautiful. Antwerp, indeed, Blankendaal. Paradise is less accessible, but it is a very nice zoo, so it could be worth the hassle. Prague is really possible. Vienna is really possible. But yeah, it depends on how far you want to go with these trains. I think Zurich and Basel are also pretty good. I did a Prague to Leipzig trip by train. We got an expert. But yeah, it really is a question of how far, how far are you going to go? How many days do you want to stay in a certain place? Anyway, we're going to take these 2 layers over here. And I should not have closed that one sign thing that we had earlier. So I'm going to copy this for a second and make a new file from clipboard. And we're going to just delete it again. And then we're going to take these 2 layers. Copy. Paste. And we're going to put on our reference thingy. And 1, 2, 3, 4. And move that into place. Oh, this is annoying. Wait. There we go. Alright, move it into place. Boop, boop, boop. Okay, there's one thing I forgot to do here. And I'm not going to fix it in the other file because it's not that important, but I do want to add a layer. So I want to add an outline to this sign because of course right now we are like rotating this sign, right? And what's happening is pixels are sneaking in on the sides because of the rotation. And just to prevent these pixels from being ugly, I add a little outline around the sign that would solve that. So we got our first sign. So this will be Keypark, Africa, Aviary, General Birds Info 1. General Birds 1. Sure. I got a project done at work. Time to reward myself making a few signs. That's the spirit. I have my yearly performance talk with my manager next week. I'm not looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to having it over with. That's the best I can make of it. They should know that giving a performance review talk with a person who has performance anxiety is gonna make him feel anxious. And we're gonna hide this. Export. What the fuck did we just call it? Oh, there we go. General Birds 2. Oh, having a new manager sucks. Actually, when I got my new manager, I was really happy because my old manager wasn't my favorite. My new manager is actually like very understanding and really nice in that regard. Oh, I don't know what I just did, but I somehow messed up. Me. I know these programs so well. Also me. I don't know what just happened. There we go. I fixed it though. Have you heard, Paradisa, about Idenya news? Yes, I saw it. I read the document. So for those out of the loop, a document was released that gives a lot of information about the new area of Paradisa, including a bunch of the species that are going to be inside of it, a map, all sorts of stuff. And it's looking pretty interesting. Apparently there's going to be a little desert section in there with fennec foxes, which is pretty exciting. And in general, this is going to be a lot. There's a lot more in there than I imagined. Like the Komodo dragons are going to be in there, which I didn't expect. The gharials are going to be in there, which is something I was hoping for, but not necessarily expecting. So it's all really exciting. A couple of people on my Discord server are a little bit cautious because they think that it's a lot of stuff to be putting into a single hole. I also read at some point that the point was for it to be about animals around the equator. Oh, that is a cool idea. Yeah, I think it's always interesting how in a tropical hole where you're mixing animals from different continents, what's going to be the thing that you group them under. And I think Leipzig did a really great job at that with Gondwana Land, being like, oh, these are all animals that lived on what was formerly the supercontinent Gondwana Land, and the continents drifted apart, but the animals living on them kind of remain similar. So it starts off by showing you different lungfish of different continents, which are all derived from the same lungfish that lived on Gondwana Land. And I really like the idea of the equator being the starting point. Yeah, that's really cool. I like that. But meerkats aren't near the equator. Shh! They will have giant otters. Yes, they are on the map. So there's going to be a very loud. All right, we are going to take these signs that I just exported, these ones. We're going to quickly chuck them in here. Open each. And we're going to save them over, so that they look good in Planet Zoo. And then we're gonna go into user media and drop them in there. Oh God, we're gonna have so many fucking billboards for Keypark. It's gonna be a mess, but whatever. Download my zoo. Also download 2 gigabytes of billboards. Actually, how many gigabytes is Keypark so far? I'm curious now. This is included. This is all included. This one is not. Is there any other video? No. Okay. Oh, we're only at 60 megabytes. That's good. That's pretty good. All right. So we're going to go over here. We're going to take this and turn it into General Birds 1. Then general birds 2, then general birds 3, then general birds 4. So as you can see, they aren't lined up because we have double shit, you know? That's how you can tell, by the shit. Just look at the shit. It's a shame the Sphinx Macaw won't be there. It's probably for the better. Like, the fact that where they are currently, they have managed to breed with them, means that they shouldn't move them, in my opinion. Like, just keep them where they're happy and where they're contributing to this very important breeding program. I think that is much more important than them being in a thematically accurate spot. Okay, let's split this. Let's split this and split all of that. I don't like the designs of the aviary, of the Six Macaw aviary. Yeah, that's true. But I don't know. If it works, it works. Like, with a species like that, it's really much more important for them to be breeding. Like, consider this. At least they're on show. And I don't think Paradise is the type of zoo to not put them on show, but it could be a situation like the Kiwi in Frankfurt, where it's like, no, we just have them here to breed them, and we don't actually want to display them to the public at all. Almost got it. Not quite. Because we are now overlapping at the top, and that's not a good thing. So we're gonna rotate a bit further. Almost. We're very close. That may have been too much. No, that was perfect. Okay, cool. So that's the curve we need. Now we could take these two billboards. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna do that. So I'm gonna copy this one, and I'm gonna copy this one. I'm gonna split you. I'm gonna split you. I'm gonna take those two and put them in a group. Then I'm gonna take that group and put it somewhere else. Then I'm gonna get that somewhere else and copy it and put it here and line up this sign with this sign, and then we have something to line up the other sign with. Did that make sense? Probably not. Oops. But yeah, now we can line up this sign with that sign, and we know that it will be pretty much accurate. Not even remotely it did. There we go, and now it's already perfectly aligned. Okay, these stripes are definitely helping. So I'm glad we added the crosses. And now we can do the same thing again. So reference boy. Oh, I don't need to duplicate it. I keep clicking the duplicate button. You know what I realized the other day? I was recording some footage in Beekseberg, and I wanted to move the camera very slowly. So I was trying to use Tejet Cam for that. And remember back when we had Tejet Cam, if you held Control or Shift, I don't remember which one, but there was a way to walk slower. And when they changed it to the explore mode camera, they added the sprint option. But now it's no longer possible to like move super slow. And I think that's a pity, because it was really useful for if you wanted to just slowly move around and showcase your zoo. Okay, there we go. It's aligned. There we go. I am happy. So we can get rid of this. We can group this back up. I think sign-wise, I don't need to update anything. I think it's just good. Flamingo on the path. I mean, if he wants to be there. I actually don't know how he got there. Wait. You're not supposed to be in here. He's in the wrong enclosure. Somehow he ended up in the wrong enclosure. I don't know how. But there. I changed the entrance of the aviary enclosure to over here. So it's really funny. If a keeper wants to enter the aviary, they will walk in here and then walk back out. And then they'll be in the aviary. Which is kind of funny. But there we go. He's back where he belongs. And we made this, which is also really exciting. We just need to fiddle around with it a little bit to get it to line up with where I want it to. So we can do something like this, raise it a bit, and that'll be it. I think that's a good height. Yeah, you'll look down and read. You know, if it weren't for the fact that I have these bushes here and stuff, we could also even... No, we should do that. We should move this tree, or I don't know, something with this tree should change. Wait, we're cooking. There we go. Now it's sticking out, but that's not the end of the world. That happens sometimes in real zoos too. Trees sometimes stick out of aviaries. It's not unrealistic. So now, this is just self-abuse. What? Okay, so what we can do now is we can take this again. We'll have to change our... Yes, I love the curve signs. So if we do this, we can add another sign for here about. So something like that. It's not perfect somehow. I don't know why actually. I mean, I'll have to play around with it, but we can curve it even more this way. And here we can just have, I think here we can just have it go straight. But then over here, we could do something about the flamingos. Do you see the vision? So we can curve it back a bit. So yeah, we can have this as the full sign. I like it. I like it. We can have the whole ecosystem. Where the fuck do lesser flamingos even live? I haven't checked this. I mean, to be fair, Keypark or the Kafuli National Park is very much a fictional place, which does not adhere to the actual ranges of these animals. But I just want to have a quick look. Lesser flamingo. Where do they live? They do not overlap with the Red River Hogs, I'm pretty sure. Like, at all. No, maybe actually on the west coast of Africa there's a small, so okay. So if we look, that's not where I wanted to look. So over here, okay, wait, let's also check out the, what's the sign for and what did I miss earlier? A bunch. And this sign is for pretty much general info on all the different birds in the aviary. Red River Hog. Haha! Yes, yes, yes. There is overlap. There is overlap, sort of. In Sierra Leone. And perhaps also up here. In Guinea. Yes, they overlap in Guinea as well. See? Oh, look at that. It all works out. What about this other place? The top of Nigeria? Where's Nigeria? Okay, no, that's not overlapping. Maybe back here, Uganda, Ethiopia. Yeah, in Uganda. Look, you got a little bit of. Actually, I think they are exactly separated. Like over here, they go up to that little squiggly line, and here they avoid that little. Yeah, so it looks like they exactly don't overlap. That's a pity. You know what's also a pity is that I'm not gonna see Red River Hogs on my holiday, I don't think, judging by this. I guess they don't overlap because I'm gonna be in Fort Portal. I'm gonna be here. The Red River Hogs will be too far away. No. I have funny lore for Keypark. Oh god. Hit me. You might still see bush pigs. Ooh, that would be cute. I mean, to be fair, Red River Hogs would not be my reason for visiting Uganda anyway. There's plenty of other exciting stuff to see. Shoebill. Gorilla. But yeah, at least we have proven with undoubtable evidence that there is overlap between the Red River Hog and the lesser flamingos. So Keypark is very realistic ecosystem, sure. What are you guys doing? You're viewing the aviary. I guess that's pretty easy since you're standing. Where did you come from? The fuck did you just do? Oh, by the way, I didn't show that off yet. The main issue with the aviary before was that the birds inside of the Red River Hog enclosure weren't able to get out. And I solved this by adding a log over here, going from the elevated bit into this tree, and they can actually climb down this tree. Oh, and I added tree guards so that the Red River Hog doesn't destroy the trees. So there's a little hot wire thingy around that. But yeah, now the birds actually use this tree to climb in and out of the Red River Hog enclosure and go into the rest of the aviary. So that's really cool. It's really ugly when they're climbing down. It doesn't look good at all. But luckily they do it on the back of the tree. So from the visitor side, you don't actually see it happening really. So that's, okay, now this guy decides to be a butt and prove me wrong. But It's a nice solution. The aviary looks good. I make it something similar for South America. Nice. Yeah. Yeah, honestly, I want to make another aviary for the South America area. But we'll see if we have space and if I have the energy to do it back when we come to that. Because when we come to that, we'll get really close to the Planet Zoo 2 release. So maybe I won't do it just so that I can actually finish it. But, hey, yes. Oh no, that's intended. Okay. Anyway, I think that's where we're going to leave it for today. So we, what did we didn't do that much today. We fixed something that I broke before the stream. What are you doing? Why are you like this? Shrek? I don't know what's wrong with him. Is he using the jungle gym? Or is he just... Huh. Anyway, we did that. We added bird poop to a sign. Very exciting. And that's pretty much all we did this stream. And we made a template. Oh. I didn't get to read your lore yet, T-Rex. I'm sorry. Or did you remove it to fix something? I would love to read it still. Oh. Well, whoops. But yeah, we made a nice template. I need to expand it for this. Actually, this will be interesting. So I want to have the same curve and then a straight one. Because I think we do want that straight one. Because I would like to have... Yeah, I would like it, I think. So, yeah, just post it on the Discord server. Indeed, or DM it to me, that's fine. But I'm gonna wrap it up here, because I can tell my throat is getting a little bit sore. And I still have a half-hour long fallow deer enclosure video to, to voice over. So I'm gonna be doing that in a moment, I think. Or maybe not, maybe I'll do that tomorrow. So yeah, thank you all so much for tuning in today. I had a lot of fun. I hope you liked at least seeing what I've been working on. I think next week we won't have to work on the Africa area anymore. I think by then I should have finished all the signs and I'll start working on a video. So probably in the next stream we'll be back working on the Himalaya area or on the Europe area, because it would be nice if we could find a finish. Oh yeah, I fixed one more thing. I fixed... Never mind. I take it back. I didn't fix anything. I thought I fixed staff getting stuck in here, but yeah, it looks like they still are. So that'll be an issue for me to work on later. Anywho, you need to wait until Scriptorium is out to finish the Europe area. I don't know. I might just do it without it. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe we'll work on the entrance in the next stream, because that's something that I kind of want to have the entrance done before I start making videos. But maybe not. Probably not. We'll just make a video about the Africa area anyway. Can you put the netting of the aviary on the workshop? It's been on the workshop for a very long time already. Just search for aviary netting. Just go around. But yeah, we'll see what we do in the next episode. We'll do whatever we feel like. Not gonna worry about that now. I'm gonna stop rambling and wrap things up over here. Thank you all so much for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.